And now listen, we've got to talk about the royal family. Of course we have. It's compulsory. It's obligatory. You wouldn't like it if we didn't. And there seems to be still a great deal to say, particularly in the august company of Matt Wilkinson, royal editor at The Sun. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming. So The Sun has an exclusive front page story. It's extremely royal. It has your mark all over it. And don't tell me I haven't got a copy of The Sun in here at exactly this minute. It's the sausage story, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, who had sausage envy on their royal family bingo card this week? But the story it's a great story, but it's basically Paul Burrell. We've interviewed Paul Burrell as a former butler. He tells a story that when William and Harry were children, they would serve up sausages. William would have 3, Harry would have 2, and Harry would look towards Paul and look towards the chef and say, how come William is getting 3 sausages and I'm only getting 2? We treat it as a bit of a laugh, like we're laughing out about it now. But he's just written a book, about his envy towards his brother and lots of kind of petty squabbles between them.
I've got to say, you're right. I mean, it's not as if the issues that he raises in his own book are that much more serious or pressing or elevated or urgent than sausage envy. I mean, there's kind of parking space envy in the book, there's furniture envy, isn't there, and kind of picture and painting envy. There's quite a lot of envy. Yeah,
he's talking in the book as well, little things about being children. When they were children, he was saying that William ignored him at Eton. His older brother ignored him at Eton. He was saying that he had William had a bigger bedroom than him at Balmoral. But he just paints the picture of, we feel, just paints a picture of Harry feeling he was always in the shadow of his elder brother, but these are little petty squabbles that he's kind of struggling to get over in his adult life.
So I just would love to know whether Paul Burrell really remembers that, whether it really happened once on one occasion as a throwaway line, or whether every day there was a war over sausages and Harry was frustrated by the lack of sausage and William was inflated by the extra sausage. I mean, it would be nice to know, I suppose, if anyone could be bothered to know any more about them than we already do know, and we know a lot. But given lip gloss gate, which was, of course, when Meghan asked Kate if she could borrow her lip gloss, and Kate didn't look thrilled. I love the way they were allowed to not look something, not even say no or anything, but just not look thrilled, but lend the lip gloss and then look disgusted, but not say anything. She did lend it, and that still makes it into the book. So I suppose it's really no detail too trite, too piffling, too paltry for the book, is it?
Well, exactly. I think in that case, she said that, Kate grimaced over the lip gloss. And it is these petty squabbles, and we talked about in the past about whether it's damaged the reputation of the royal family, but these petty squabbles that we highlighted here over Sausage Gate and the ones that he brought out in the book are almost, you could say, that they're kind of damaging Harry's reputation, because he is becoming the butt of the jokes a little bit now, and we're laughing about whether he did want 3 sausages like his older brother. And it's more damaging towards Harry, I think, that he is coming up with these small little arguments in an attempt to tarnish the family and tarnish his...
And is it true that Meghan and Harry were not invited to some kind of Golden Globes after party, and it was thought that it might be because of the toxicity of the book?
I think you mean the BAFTAs.
I probably mean the BAFTAs, you tell me.
So William is president of the BAFTAs in the UK. And there is a party, I think it's in Hollywood, that you would normally expect the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to be invited to. And I think they would expect them to be invited, themselves to be invited. But when they drew up the invite list recently, a decision was taken not to have them there. My understanding is that William wasn't involved in the drawing up the list. But I think the staff that made the decision thought it was probably wiser not to have Harry and Meghan there at his big day.
But was William actually attending?
I don't think William's attending.
Wasn't attending, but because he's the chairman of BAFTA, it was considered that they shouldn't be invited. And BAFTA, obviously a British thing, so it doesn't mean that in America they're not popular and the book isn't a huge success. It means that we in this country, and BAFTA because it's British, not so keen to have them grace the top table and eat all the canapé.
That's exactly as you put it.
Although Harry could have as many sausages as he wanted, presumably.
Oh, you could have, exactly. You could have as many sausages you wanted.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw on the Critics' Choice Awards last night. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, tell me.
The host, I've forgotten the lady's name, but the host made a joke when they're there for a comedic effect a lot of the time. But she made a joke about Harry, saying that we've heard too much about his frostbitten.
Yes, Todger.
So she was making a joke there on one of the big TV events in the USA, and as I say, Harry is becoming that kind of joke figure now.
Even there, where it looked as if they were going to worship the two of them.
That's what it feels like.
Really? And what about the extraordinary? I mean, I can't even bear to contemplate it, really. The fact that he said he pulped for like 400 pages of the 400-page book. In other words, he's got enough material to write the same thing all over again, but with different detail?
This is slightly more serious, I think. It's slightly more serious because it was an interview we did with an English newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, where it was almost semi-threatening, where he said, I've written 400 pages and there's lots about my father and my brother in it, but there's another 400 pages that I left out with some more damaging things about Charles and William. Now, if he genuinely does want reconciliation, if he genuinely wants private conversations, it seems rather a strange way to go about it by saying, I would like to be friends, I would like to talk to you, I'd like to have a role, I'd like to come back to the coronation, possibly, but in my back pocket I have 400 pages, lots of other allegations, lots of other claims, lots of private conversations that we would never know about, that I could easily drop into another book, because we think he's got a 4-book deal.
God.
Potentially a 4-book deal, and they sign these deals just in case you have more. So I think it is worrying for the royal family that they've seen this first book off. It's gone. They're relieved it's happened, but by making these veiled comments that he does actually have more stuff to say. I mean, what possibly more? What more could he say?
I don't know. I can't even imagine. I had to sit through the entire documentary. I watched all 6 of them or whatever it was. I think I gained about 4 stone. I aged about 25 years. It was absolutely interminable, the whole thing. Tell me whether there are any mutterings about what the royal family actually think about the book, and whether they think they got off fairly lightly, or whether they think it was very serious, whether they're wounded. Do we know anything about what they really think or feel?
Do you know what I'm being told is that there was almost a sigh of relief, because they've had this book hanging over them for a good 2 years now, and it's gone. Everything's out there. William was in Liverpool the other day, and it looked like there was a weight off his shoulders, to be fair, because he knew that things would come out. I think he probably knew there was going to be that incident with the fight in the cottage where they broke the chain and fell on the dog bowl. I think he was concerned that things were going to come out, but it's been hanging over him for such a long time. But I think there's a general relief. We're being told it's the only way to react to this is to get back to work. So they aren't going to be making any statements. They aren't going to be answering any allegations. It's all about getting out to work and showing the public what the royal family actually does, rather than get involved in petty cross-Atlantic squabbles with an outspoken prince. And I think we'll see them again this week. Like, Liverpool was incredible. There was like a rock star welcome there. I think we'll see both of them, Prince and Princess of Wales, out doing similar good work today. And that's what their aim is, to change the narrative away from Harry's allegations in a book or threats for a more book, another book, and just show that this is what the royal family do.
And then we get a few revelations still, because he can be relied upon, can't he, from Kate's uncle Gary, who does pipe up still.
Yeah.
Is this in return for cash? Is that why he does it?
I'm not sure how helpful Gary is coming into. I'm not sure the.
He's Carol Middleton's brother. He's kind of I don't know, what would you call him, the reprobate brother?
Yeah, I mean, he's the spare, isn't he? Is he a spare?
Gosh, blimey.
He's Carol's spare.
Yeah.
But no, he's I'm not sure how helpful Gary is, but it's a bit of a blast from the past, Gary getting involved recently.
Yes. Do you think Kate minds? Do you think Carol minds? Do you think they like him saying, my niece would never this, my niece isn't like this, she's like this, she's lovely, she's gorgeous, I love her? I mean, he only says nice things.
He does, but again, he's been in trouble in the past. But I think, again, it's not very helpful for them, because it detracts from what their actual good work is, when you have a member of the family talking about the members of the royal family when they should really keep their mouths shut. Yeah.
Thank you very much, but you're so glad they don't, because it gives you something to write about.
Absolutely. I mean, Harry is giving us more coverage.
I know. Anything about baked beans tomorrow, a fried slice, egg over easy, anything like that, cappuccino?
Yeah.
Looking forward. Thank you so much. Really lovely to have you here. Thanks for coming in. Matt Wilkinson there, Royal Editor at The Sun.